All right, so hello, tribe members and family, friends. So for my wicked problem, I will be talking about empowerment. So utilizing empowerment to our advantage as leaders. As we progress through our careers, we will need to get to a point. We will get to a point where we'll need to empower coworkers, reports, friends, and even family to get something done. We can't always do everything ourselves. I can say that firsthand, right? You need help sometimes. Sometimes everyone needs help. So my name is Mitchell Jew. I've held several leadership roles since graduating Virginia Tech in 2014 with the degree in chemical engineering. Worked at WestRock, a paper mill. Now working at Blackbriar Regulatory Services. They manufacture e-liquids. And now I'm focusing on the business aspect of operations, specifically focusing on procurement. So this course is BUAD 5967, our Revolutionary Leadership Practicum, and our last class for our MBA. So for nearly 7 years, I've worked for a paper mill in various leadership roles, from shift supervisor, worked as a superintendent, operations maintenance coordinator, working with a lot of different hourly level folks. Now shifting to a business role in procurement with Blackbriar Regulatory Services. Still have a lot of coworkers at different levels. The need for engagement still resides. BRS is a manufacturer of e-liquids, vape liquids, and face masks. But really, to take it back a couple years ago, while I was still at the paper mill, one of my then managers used to put inspirational leadership quotes on my desk. So among several I have in my office now, he left me like one every week, right? But this one always stands out. By a lady named Lisa. She's a speaker. Great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make a difference. Set out to make the difference. So I'll let you guys formulate an opinion on that as we progress to this wicked problem, progress to these slides, and I'm really curious to hear what you guys think afterwards. So these are the topics we will be covering. I'll start by introducing this wicked problem, give some insight into understanding empowerment and motivation, then we'll discuss some of the solutions. We'll then wrap it up and I'll look to you all to help me understand what you guys think helps a leader engage others or helps promote leadership for others. So this is my wicked problem. How might we improve the empowerment of hourly workers in a manufacturing environment? So how might we get hourly employees to exemplify ownership in a manufacturing process? So even beyond manufacturing, it goes to any workplace, right? So a quick Google search shows two definitions of empowerment. One, authority or power given to someone to do something. Second definition, two, the process of becoming stronger and more confident, especially in controlling one's life and claiming one's rights. So while both are true, I think the second is better articulated and especially more pertinent to this wicked problem. To me, it drives the point, how can I be a better leader? How do we empower and motivate both ourselves and others? So not only people working under you, but anyone, right? So not only in a work setting, but maybe you need to motivate someone to help you with studying for one of our exams, or maybe you want to teach someone, or someone wants to teach you how to change the oil in your car. And maybe you have a bum relative that you want to help push to their potential. The way you come across to people, the way you come off to people, is similar to the culture in a workplace. Dropping them, ignoring them, or firing someone is not always the best solution. So quantitatively, we have engagement surveys that detail scores from a survey that ranks engagement. This is a score from 1 to 5, 5 being highest, 1 being lowest. Questions can range from, do you trust management? Do you trust your coworkers? Do you feel empowered? Do you feel empowered by your work? Do you feel like you contribute to your work? Do you feel like you're part of the team? So as we've learned in this course, we need revolutionary leaders. So revolutionary leaders, someone that will make an impact not only of its people, but on the bottom line. So we're a business, you're always trying to improve that business. So while everyone has a motivating factor, we want to improve productivity, efficiency, and trust. Many people work to support their families. If they didn't have to work, they probably wouldn't. If I didn't have to work, I'd probably put all my money in the stock market and do something else. Go on vacation. So many of us would love to travel the world and not work, but everyone has something that makes them tick, something that motivates them, something that motivates them to work. So me, I want to see those efficiencies, I want to see improvements, I want to see me improve. So how do you put these experiences to optimal use? How, in this project, can we improve our profit margins by 5%? 5%. I think this is a realistic goal for BRS. So how do we motivate and empower others? For a company, we want to improve the bottom line. Employee retention is huge, especially now in the job market now. And how do you create innovation? How do you create creativity? So how about ourselves? We want to become better leaders. We want to be a better leader. Maybe you want to, if you don't want to be a better leader, maybe you want to make your job easier. And obviously empowerment helps with this. So our ability to empower others is not only a reflection on ourselves, but also on the individuals we are impacting. If they could become empowered, they can see how they become empowered, they can help others do the same. So you empower one person, you empower another. So now working at BRS, I've had the experience with both union and non-union workforces. So Westrock being union, now not union. And while culture is seemingly better at my current job with the non-union workforce, the goal of empowerment is still the same. There's still room for improvement. Both locations, I've had people tell me, they were too tired to do something extra. I've had people tell me, people that will sit back and lackadaisically do the job. They're on a computer. They don't want to do anything extra. They're saying they're focusing on their job, etc. when they have time for other things, right? They have time to improve. So workforce culture is imperative. So approaches to this wicked problem can vary. The most cost-effective and best long-term approach, in my opinion, is culture. And through studies, culture, right? So creating a culture of empowerment with accountability and expectations will help these individuals improve. So this will focus on improving culture through team building activities, value empowerment, and top-down management. Other approaches that have been studied are listed below. So we have things like financial incentives, right? So financial incentives will always have an argument. People love getting paid. I'm sure you guys love getting paid. That's why everyone works. So pay someone more to do more is always a good argument because most people respond to money. But long term, there needs to be something that maintains consistency. So people are always looking for money. They're going to look for more money, but employee retention, maintaining that consistency is always important. If we pay people more now, what keeps them coming back? To be honest, the paper mill paid great, and compared to other manufacturing sites, they were and still are among the top for hourly workers. But the recurring theme was always that they wanted more. So all the hourly guys said, we're not getting paid enough, blah, blah, blah. So keeping money off the table not only helps the bottom line, it creates consistency and creates empowerment that is more authentic. So this is all about culture, to create an authentic culture of empowerment. Another idea is to create an organization where individuals can expect a promotion or benefit if they meet a goal or have good performance reviews. So expecting something out of your performance is anticipated, helps the anticipation. I, for one, wouldn't want to stay at a company if I felt like I was a top performer and couldn't get a promotion, couldn't get a pay raise, and I just sat there for 5 years doing the same job over and over again. The approach of culture, however, is holistic. So a broader approach, including some of these other things, will help let people feel they're welcome and wanted, promote the people instead of the business, and I believe the people will lead you to success. Obviously, you're going to have guidelines and rules that though, right? So our approach is using culture. This will consist of some of the items listed here. So these are all items I talked to our CEO about at BRS, Russ Rogers. Our first talk was about our company values, mission, and vision. Our current approach is through accountability and customer focus. So giving these up, incorporating our people will drive our culture. Among other things, team building activities are already in the works. So we've had potlucks, started actually by our hourly workers, picnics by management, and catered food. All of this in my short 2 months at BRS. So including these have already shown employees that the company cares, and improving on them, getting people out to baseball games, something like that, showing appreciation. Another approach we want to incorporate is to provide competition. So this more or less goes along with data, but maybe not against one another competition, but competition against the current baseline of production. So some people naturally like to improve, and giving them data to help beat or to help improve themselves can facilitate this. And the final step is acceptance and communication. We need our management to be leaders. So we talk about leaders and managers. You want your manager to be a leader. To have something on paper is different than taking action, right? So in order to let people know that we want to improve our culture, we need to effectively communicate that. So having someone actually talk to them rather than just emails, improving this further through proper communication will allow everyone to understand their place at work and make better decisions in the long run. So overall, that's my wicked problem. I believe leadership is both inherent and learned. So we've had one of the questions in our earlier classes. But for us to improve empowerment, I think proper leadership goes a long way. But I believe many of you believe that as well. This includes having our leaders create a positive, empowering culture for employees to be a part of. Getting people to feel empowered, to me, means empowering our people to succeed. This means making them feel accepted and to help them feel a sense of self-worth. Currently, we are evaluating our policies and vision to include empowerment. And this week, we're going to have a culture meeting. So we're going to talk about our culture, talk about improvements we're trying to make, and properly communicate that. So furthering this mission, the mission statements and values will be imperative. We're also in the works of building metrics. We have a baseline of our production levels. Once we have all this information, we can incorporate it with our engineers, with our hourly guys, to facilitate our empowerment initiative. Lastly, we still do need to sit down with management to discuss and align our goals. So obviously we want to create empowerment, but we need to make sure all of our managers are in the same boat. So for one more time, great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make a difference. So I ask you guys, what is your perception? How do you think we should empower others? And what do you think about this wicked problem? So thank you to everyone. I appreciate the opportunity to finally present my final presentation on this wicked problem. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to have one more with management at work. But I look forward to becoming alumni with you all, and thank you very much.